again by Tom.
Hi guys.
So today we'll be doing it slightly different compared to last week. Last week we tried to game and talk at the same time, and it just didn't really work out. We kind of uh, gave lower quality in both. So what we did this time is we pre-recorded our gameplay, and we're going to talk about stuff whilst you can still watch us play what we did before, right?
Yeah. Because last time, safe to say, focusing on the game and trying to maintain a fruitful conversation is not an easy task.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get.
Multitasking is not in our repertoire. Like,
Well, I mean, yeah, not in this case anyway.
yeah.
All right,
Wh-
now we got a nice view.
Ah,
Okay, yes. Let me see if this works, because it didn't work last time. Yes, there we go. Alright.
both games.
Yes,
Nice.
both games. And sorry for the black bar next to Oblivion. Still getting used to this engine. Alright, I'm gonna start playing like the Skyrim footage a bit earlier than the Oblivion footage because the Skyrim footage is a bit longer. But yeah.
Oh yeah. I added the Oblivion's thingy a bit too fast because
Yeah.
I was unsure
Yeah, I started
if it
recording
will
too
actually
early, really.
fit.
That's also an issue. It's like I'm just
Yeah.
fooling around in the beginning. As you can see, today's topic is mostly going to be about the Dark Brotherhood, which Tom in Oblivion he's finishing up the quest line. So
Yeah.
spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, spoilers. If you haven't played a 14-year-old game yet, you should probably get to it.
Yeah. I mean, like, stop watching the stream and start playing the game.
Yeah. You can pick it up for like $5.
Well,
Uh,
are we salespeople now?
yes.
Yes.
We are gonna do a telecommercial for the Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Because
It's
they
good.
totally
It's
need
nice.
it.
It doesn't crash as much as you would think.
Only slightly.
Only slightly. Yeah. Don't out tap, and you should be good.
No, that's definitely true. Oh, God, yeah. You get to watch me go stare at my inventory for a while there.
Yeah. So for today's topic, since Lyriander is in his Skyrim thingy, he is basically just running around, and I'm the one doing a quest line. So we choose the Dark Brotherhood, which is the one quest line I will be following in the video. The Dark Brotherhood is, as many of you know, the Assassin's Guild in the Elder Scrolls games. It's the dark, twisted, shadowy. You pay them and they kill the person you don't like.
That is racist, yeah.
Lyriander actually read a lot of books, like the in-game books that you always found. That when it says it's a book, but it's actually like a half of an A4.
Basically, some of them are long,
Yeah.
but yeah, most of them are quite short. Like yeah, like the books is where like the wikis, like unofficial Elder Scroll pages, such they get most of their lore, get it from the in-game books or in-game dialogue. There's sometimes a few additions from interviews they have with the developers and whatnot, but yeah, I mean, like the way they write it, it's like when you're writing a paper for school, where you kind of change the content of the book, like what you quote, basically, which means that it's not going to be 100% accurate at times. That's why I read the books myself, and every now and then you do encounter the little differences, like a few slightly different interpretations.
And this doesn't only come to the Dark Brotherhood.
Oh no,
The
all books.
books are like all the topics that the in-game books cover. The books are made to be written by scholars.
Yeah, like
They aren't
in word scholars.
yeah.
Yeah. which
they
is
aren't exact historical like records.
well, okay. There's also the effect that there's a few fictional books here and there, obviously.
Yeah, also that.
And there's also inaccuracies. Oh god, like I once like started comparing dates that are mentioned in a few books concerning certain topics, and they just don't add up sometimes. Well, like you have a writer that's apparently like over 200 years old, which is possible if they're like an Altmer or something, but still, it kind of feels like whoa, that's a big skip.
The thing with the books is that they are supposed to be written as mouth-to-mouth knowledge, like passed down from generations. It's not supposed to be okay. This is a 100% canon lore friendly thing.
No. It's just like what, like
yeah.
in our history, you also have books that aren't, a perfect
Yeah,
representation of what
absolutely.
actually happened.
You're
There's
not
a little
gonna learn
embellishment of
about
the stories, making things better than they really are.
Yeah, you're not gonna learn about World War II from Mein Kampf. It's just
No.
not how it
Well, I
works.
mean, that
And
was written before. It's really that would be quite amazing if you could.
So that's basically the state of the Elder Scrolls books. They
Yeah.
are great if you want to get the whole picture,
Oh yeah, like
but you should not get your the main points from the books.
Yeah, like basically what you do is you read like 5 different books about the same topic, and then you like kind of like, okay, it's kind of like this,
Yeah.
That's why a lot
And
of things
when
we're
we say
gonna
books,
also. Who's gonna talk first?
Don't know. When we say books, like you have to read 5 different books about this topic. It's not books. Like one book is like 2 paragraphs at most.
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
Like there are some like the real Queen of Baranzaya or the Wolf Queen or the Brief History of Empire.
Oh yeah, the brief history.
Yeah, Brief History of Empire.
They actually made that in a
like
real
12
book as well.
volumes.
Yeah, exactly. So that's also why the lore that we're going to be talking about, that we get a lot from the books, is it's from these books, but like you have to take them with a grain of salt, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so let's get a bit into what you're doing right now in Oblivion.
Oh, what am I doing? I'm actually
you're actually like you've arrived where the listener will show up, but apparently you forgot that the time is not correct.
Oh yeah. Basically, in the Dark Brotherhood quest line, right now I am near the end, where I follow dead drops, where Lucien Lachance, the speaker, the man in the charge that I know of, gave me some dead drops around the Oblivion, around Cyrodiil, and I go there. There's a piece of paper. I read it. Oh, you need to kill this, and you better do it this and that way. And I go kill the guy, and it says on the piece of paper, where is my next dead drop? And this time I am in the city of Bravil, and I'm supposed to kill an elf named Angolin, who's praying, not really praying, but the dead drop says that he should be found. He visits the lucky old lady statue.
Meanwhile, I'm robbing 4 NPCs.
It's a terrible responsibility.
But yeah, no, it's
the robbing of the NPCs is always a little bit like
I need more pelts.
I get it that it's for balance purposes, but how the hell do you tell? Like you're a merchant in Whiterun, and somebody goes like, "I want to sell carrots to you," and one of the carrots just seems suspicious, and you can just tell by the smell of the carrot that it has been stolen.
Yeah, no, it's like, how? How?
What?
Yeah. Like, I get it if it's like some fucking crown jewel.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, but otherwise, yeah, that's why the fence perk is basically, you should have that from the get-go.
Yeah, like, if you this is a bit of a stretch, but there are different games out there that have the fenced items system. They have it like implemented more lore friendly.
More lore friendly, yeah.
For example, if you ever played the game Kenshi, where there are different factions around the map, and if you steal an item from faction A, you can sell it to faction B.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no, that definitely works.
Like, why would, like, for example, in Skyrim, if you steal from a Talmor, why wouldn't the Stormcloaks buy it?
Yeah, no, true.
There are these small little things. And in Oblivion, I just found Ungolin, and I tried to talk to him. It didn't go well.
Did not work.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to him.
No, like a lot of the Dark Brotherhood targets you can actually talk to, so makes sense.
Yeah. But it's always fun when you actually get to talk to them, and you have the free choices, which is like the unsuspicious. Then there's the I am from Dark Brotherhood. You go die now.
Yeah, and then keep
And
silent.
Yeah, and keep silent. The keep silent is so good.
I mean, like, there's like certain times where that's useful, but like when you're like just talking to a random guy, like you'll actually encounter it later when you're talking to the lighthouse owner, where you just keep silent, like, okay, bye.
Yeah. Sometimes they actually like, oh, I know where you're from, but
Yeah.
most of the time they're just like,
Well,
oh,
like you're listening to the stream
you
right
are
now.
weird. Let's I'll just go away now.
Yeah, exactly. So you're watching the stream right now, right?
Yeah, I'm watching the stream.
I guess you're not
I
listening
am-
it with sound, or are you listening with sound?
Yeah, no, I have the sound turned on because I'm not a fan of echo.
Oh yeah, no, fair enough. I'm just like thinking about like if the game is not too loud or too quiet. Also, here we go.
No.
Yay!
Oh, that voice acting in that line is great.
No, I'm too late. I thought I could get here in time.
No.
Thought I could stop you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Madness has claimed you.
Wes Johnson, the voice actor, is just so good. Oh wait,
Yeah.
am I saying his name right?
Betrayed
Oh,
the
wow.
Dark
Wes
Brotherhood.
Johnson?
Wes. I think it's Johnson. Let me double check.
Wesley.
I am here
Wes.
to
Jo-
end
Yeah,
your
it's Wes Johnson, right?
life. To
I don't know.
Yeah, that's Wes Johnson. Yeah, it's Wes Johnson.
I
Got
know.
it right.
I know like 4 voice actors in the Elder Scrolls
yeah,
series.
Wes Johnson is basically all the guards as well.
Yeah.
Xiao
That's him.
Gorath.
That's him.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Xiao Gorath.
Like,
let's talk about that one in a different video.
you can
Yeah.
kill
Let's not get too
Sunday.
carried away.
After that,
So,
so-
as explained right now by Lucian, the dead drops basically,
your
yeah,
dead
unvisited,
drops
ignored.
Your
Basically,
targets ignored.
you've been killing the wrong people.
Systematically killing
Yeah,
off all the
someone
members
has been
of
pulling the
Black
strings,
Hand.
Yes.
exchanging the dead drops
Yes.
for their own,
But
and
you know,
making you do their dirty work.
Did you know? You don't show it like in the footage, but if you actually look at the different death drops, like from the Draconis family, it's written in one style, but the moment it changes to, you know, the replaced files, there's actually a change in there's a change in handwriting and there's a change in
paper?
like the words chosen are different and actually the font is different as well. Like it's I think it's written like in italic rather than like non-italic. Like there's actually like there's clues.
Like that's nice that there's clues, but you can't do anything about it. Like I don't think that you can actually go to Lucian and go like, "Hey Lucian, is this yours?"
Yeah. No, like let's see. The dead drops. Let me get them, pull them out for me. Oh, not Dread.
Come see me.
Dread drop.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, so like
speaking of Dread,
if you Okay, so like the first Lucian Lachance's notes are like silencer. You are now reading your first death drop note. Blah blah blah. Serve, and in the end, like serve me well, silencer. There's no telling how far you might advance. You know, it's kind of like this politeness.
He's very theatrical.
Yeah, yeah. And then the moment, like the first death drop written by the traitor starts with, "Are you ready to get your hands dirty, silencer?" You know, that's a big change suddenly.
Yeah, he's way more violent.
Yeah, and like if you actually read the notes, they're also way more emotional.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
with
right.
filthy something, like we'll make him pay for his insolence. You know, like Lucian doesn't do that.
Yeah, Lucian is very like by the book.
Professional.
Yeah, he is very professional. He is the embodiment like of
How a Dark Brotherhood.
perfect assassin.
He's
Yeah,
the embodiment
is
of how
the
a Dark
perfect
Brotherhood
assassin.
member should be.
Yeah, like emotionless, just follows the contract. Doesn't give.
Well, I mean, he's
he
not
doesn't
emotionless.
care about the
He
contract.
enjoys it, but like he has
Yeah, he
self-control.
enjoys it, but he doesn't. The murders aren't personal for him.
No, exactly. Also, yeah, no,
Yep.
like I was gonna talk about like what you're doing right now, which is
Yeah, I'm checking the house of Ungolin because, speaking to Lucien, he reveals that Ungolin was actually the listener, the one below the Night Mother, who is
who is
basically the leader of the Dark
yes,
Brotherhood.
who is basically the only one who ever gets to talk to the Night Mother normally.
Yeah, the listener is someone who is the only person in the Dark Brotherhood that can hear the Night Mother. The Night Mother itself is a very enigmatic figure, and we will talk about her later.
Yeah.
But she is the leader. She is the one that gathers the contracts from the world.
Yeah, she
when
somehow
people
hears them. Yeah.
Yeah, she somehow just knows. I don't think she hears. Like, we'll get to it later. So,
yeah.
When the Night Mother gets a contract, she passes that down to the listener, and the listener passes the contract down to the speakers. And as Lucien very often reminds us, there are 4 speakers and 1 listener.
Yes.
And together they form the hand, the Black Hand, which is the you could think about the Black Hand as the elite force.
Yeah.
Like the leading, either the leader group in the Dark Brotherhood or the elite force, like the Navy SEALs.
Nice comparison.
Yeah, I mean, like, technically yes.
I mean, you could say it's like they're used for, like, they have proven themselves in their skills, and they are used for like the difficult contracts. Well, I mean, like the speakers, they don't do that many contracts on their own, but they also have their silencers, which is like each
like a subordinate,
each
subordinate.
Each speaker has their own one silencer, and at this point you are basically the silencer of Lucian.
Yes.
And but if like the kill is like easy, quote unquote easy, is then they are handed over to the I don't remember the names of these roles, but basically they're handed over to the guild leaders. What?
Yeah, the murderers.
The murderers, yeah. It's not always the best names, but yeah.
Yeah, they are like murderer and then speaker, listener, silencer. That's so cool, and you're like stabber. Your name, you have been you have been promoted to stabber and slasher and stuff like that. Like, so back to the topic. So Angolan is the listener, which is the second highest in command.
Let me go.
And we as the player character have been basically tricked into killing Angolan, thinking he was just another target. And then Lucien appears and tells us that no, we have been killing the Black Hand members all along, all the silencers, all the speakers, and now even the listener. And now nobody can talk to the Night Mother.
Yep.
And with that, I thought like, oh, he is the listener. And I went into his house before confronting Ungolin himself. But the house was locked and I needed a key. So I thought in my head, oh my god, Night Mother must be in his house. She has to be like in his basement.
Unfortunately, he didn't have a basement.
And fortunately, he doesn't have a basement, nor does he have any leads that would point out that he's actually a Dark Brotherhood member, let alone a fucking listener.
Yes, true. But the funny thing is, like, as I looked at your footage, one of the other people you kill, like one of the other members of the Black Hand, the Khajiit, whose name I forget, he basically he has a hidden stash in his his house, and where you can actually find Black Hand robes, which are the robes that the silencers and the speakers have.
It's my pleasure.
So you can actually already find clues early on that they are actually Black Hand members. Oh right, this is also funny. Tom,
Oh, hang on, you're someone else.
you're looking for like the clues that you
Apologies,
actually
my
find in a
friend.
dead drop,
I mistook you for someone
and
else.
you actually start a
Always
different
being
quest,
asked
which
about it,
takes
I'm
place in the same
nice
two
to you and
locations,
shading all they say.
which is.
Oh,
Well, I'm
which
sick
quest is that?
Okay, so the
sick and
quest which you're like, okay, so you
tired
were
and
reading the
sick
dead drop,
and perhaps
which
a
says
little
Yes, yes.
either Coral or
Never
Cheydinhal,
mind.
and the quest that you're starting
You
here
look like
is
the honest
what's
sort,
his
so I
name
have a
again?
job for you.
Something better.
Separated,
Yeah, lost
separated
better
at birth.
for
Separated at birth.
Separated at birth, yeah.
Which is
Uh,
actually
other- that-
it's
Uh-huh.
several quests
Yes.
in a line.
And you're going to tell him.
And like you're in Coral right now, and the other part is
You're
in
going to tell him
Cheydinhal.
I'm quite
It's actually
capable
it's a
of
nice quest line.
besmirching my
It's like
good name on
3
my
quests
own.
long.
You should
Mhm.
see
You could do that maybe next time.
50 gold pieces
Yeah,
in it
I'm
for a
absolutely
friend.
gonna fit it. Like there's compared to Skyrim, I have
An honor
let me
to
check
serve.
how many hours on Oblivion
local
right
cab.
now. I have
Good day.
around 60 hours on Oblivion.
Okay, I got about
Which
10
is not-
times that.
Yeah, which is not much, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is my first
Really?
ever playthrough. I haven't played Oblivion before this. I played a lot of Skyrim, but
Yeah. Oh, same.
when Oblivion went to sale on Steam, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna actually play the precursor, and the game is amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's different to Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like it has similar elements, but it's a completely different game.
Mm.
And I absolutely have to go out of my way to say like, go play this if you can, like
Mariana
go
Anshari,
play it.
hostess of Shadenhall
Because
Bridge Inn.
compared to newer games,
Renaud
this
Germain?
game is very
No.
in depth.
Don't know anyone by that name.
Like
There's a Gilbert Germain in
you can
town,
see that the
however.
developers actually
staying
took
over at
time to
Newlands
build
Lodge.
the world
Oh yeah.
around the game. Like things are connected.
Andel Indaris.
Oh,
and
yeah.
celebrated
There's
citizen is
so
Rice
much.
Lathantis.
The lore is just so deep,
Farewell.
and your actions have fucking consequences in this game.
Well, yeah. That's debatable though.
I mean, like some of them,
Some of them,
Like-
yeah.
like not your choices, your actions.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
I love how you're still
The-
checking for like all these.
yeah. Because right now in Oblivion, I picked up the already exchanged dead drop, and I knew it was exchanged because I waited near the dead drop that Lucien pointed me towards, and I waited and tried to see who changes the dead drops, and I found some random
Burglar.
elf, yeah, that has been basically bribed to changing these. He doesn't know anything about it, and
Beggar, I think.
I read the
Yeah.
dead drop, and it said basically there's another member of the Black Hand that you need to kill, and of course it didn't mention the
Black Hand,
it being the Black Hand.
But now
And,
you Yeah, the clues that are
Yeah.
in the dead drop lead to nothing.
Yeah, basically, it's said that the elf should be around Chaden, like in an inn in Chaden Hall or in Bravale.
Coral.
Coral, yeah,
Yeah.
or Coral or Chaden Hall.
Yeah.
He was nowhere, and none of the NPCs in the inns had no dialogue that would lead towards the elf.
Yes, and you could even go a step further because in the in a dead drop it also mentions where you can find the next dead drop. And like you don't go there, but that location exists, but there's no dead drop. But that's because you probably haven't killed that person yet.
So the location exists and the container is there.
No, the containers don't exist.
No
they don't. Like it's supposed to be a sack, I think.
What might you want?
But like it's never spawned. But you know,
Look,
it could have spawned if
things
you had the opportunity to do as such, but apparently not.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah, like you can blame the devs for this because.
Well, I mean, they assume you're not
Brotherhood?
going to still do the contract.
Okay.
That's the main.
Here.
I mean,
But you're gonna kill the person in the cellar, then
Like we just found
I
out it's a
was gonna.
traitor. Why would we continue doing it? Oh, you know.
I was gonna, dude,
unnatural things.
but it didn't allow me to.
Yeah,
I
no,
heard the screams.
not that
I
offensive.
I just wanted to see what would
I
happen.
never should have rented out that cellar. Never.
Like, quick save, kill the person.
Look,
Also, I just encountered Meridia's beacon in Skyrim. Oh boy.
Oh no! Oh no!
Like I mean, you might have like if you go back a bit, you can actually see me like the moment I see the beacon in the inventory, and you see me hesitate. Like, do I want to pick this up? But
You're using a lot of mods, are you?
yes, I have a lot of mods active. Well, it's actually not as many as I used to have. So to me, this is not that many mods, but there's quite a few mods, I guess. Oh well. But like, I mean, if anyone's interested, I can give the mod list at some point. But
Man, modded experience. I actually played the Oblivion vanilla. Like I played the raw, like
I mean,
no mods
obviously,
whatsoever.
I have done that too.
Yeah. I have to say that some of the aspects of the game are unbearable. Like absolutely fucking horrendous.
the game breaking
Not
bugs.
the bugs, the fucking UI.
Oh yeah, the one made for crabs, yeah, or also
Yeah.
known as console players. Whoops. Yeah, no, the UI is like it's made for console players, and on a PC that just looks it looks so clunky.
No, actually, even on the controller, like when you have a controller, your movement isn't that limited.
Oh wow.
It's not really that bad, but the Oblivion, like, it really dumps it down. Like
Oh,
on the
Oblivion
mouse,
even more.
like when you're using keyboard and mouse, the user interface is so slow and so unintuitive. It's it's drenching my soul in pain.
So to be a little more optimistic, so the book you're reading is the Traitor's
It's
Diary.
written in fucking blood.
Yeah, exactly, that too. And it shows up a bit later in the book, but it mentions basically that he, as I kill someone in Skyrim, he killed the crew of the Serpent's Wake, which is a ship that's docked in Anvil. And actually, if you go there, I'm not sure if you actually did, but there's a quest, the Ghost Ship of Anvil, where you actually have to clear out the ship of those ghosts that he is actually he apparently cursed them, which apparently he has the ability to do. So it's funny how they're connected like that. Like,
that's interesting.
Yeah. Little quick note here. Okay, so if you look at my Skyrim thing right now, you see I'm attacking this necromancer and failing miserably at it. So he's like a little bit further. Like, okay, he heals himself, almost kills me, and I just run away because like I don't want to deal with this. But then like,
why are you using a fucking dagger?
Why not? But here's the fun part. Like I put the dagger away, I'll let you live. Normally, okay, so if you put your dagger away when you initiate, like when you attack an NPC, like a friendly NPC, they start a fight. But the moment you put your dagger away, they become friendly again. Well, friendly, they're still gonna dislike you. But
Like passive.
yeah, passive. That's the one. But for some random reason, it suddenly worked on this necromancer as well. Okay, nearly killed you, but apparently everything's okay.
I think it has to do something with levels.
I don't think so, but I don't know. The game
Like-
mechanics are not always clear. As I'm just
Like
watching.
if you don't pose a threat to them, they're gonna let you go.
True, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
All right,
Yeah.
back to your book, which is nice and crazy. So
Yeah.
basically,
yeah,
like in summary, apparently this person joined the Dark Brotherhood in the attempt to kill Lucian Lachance and kill the Night Mother because his mother got killed by Lucian Lachance.
decapitated his mother.
Yeah, off with his head, which you picked up earlier as well.
Yeah.
The head of
I picked it up because I thought it was Night Mother's head.
everything's the Night Mother to you, isn't it?
It said, dude, it literally says mother's head.
Yeah, true. It could be.
I was like, oh shit. Did he fucking decapitate Night Mother? Okay, we're gonna put her back together. Yeah, I'm gonna take this. I'm not gonna I'm not backtracking for a fucking decapitated head.
Yeah,
So
that
I'm
can
just
be
gonna take
annoying.
it.
It's actually like it's kind of like he describes a bit about how you advance in the guild as well. But he also
true.
mentions you, which is nice. Where like there's like
Mhm,
this
mhm.
ambitious new member
Yeah.
who's going through the ranks faster than anyone before.
Which this is actually a very strange thing that I've noticed that is only in Skyrim. The actual character's name that you choose in the beginning is not mentioned once.
It's never said, obviously, because you can
Like
put in anything.
obviously,
But
but
it actually does appear in a few places, like in what's it called? In Kotleg's journal at the end of the companion's questline, your name does get stated once.
so in Wills in Skyrim, when an NPC dies that you have befriended, the Jarl of the corresponding hold sends you a letter via the courier, and in the letter, like dear light switch Niba or
Yeah.
something.
So basically, yeah, you can just like they use it just a template, so like you could put in
Yeah,
any
yeah,
name.
like insert character name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. But I kinda liked what they did in Fallout 4,
Oh,
where
some of the
the
names.
if there are some like
Like
normal
only
names,
Codsworth uses it, but it's still it's a nice feature.
yeah, absolutely. But there are some funny names
Yeah,
like
yeah. Mr. Buttface.
yeah, Buttface, absolutely. This is one of the classics.
Like the way he says it as well is brilliant.
Like imagine only if like when you start an Elder Scrolls game, you're a prisoner, and some guard talks to you. Like
What is your
even that
name?
one dialogue line. Please make it Elder Scrolls 6, please.
Please let my name appear once. Just
Yeah.
use Google Google's translator voice if you have to.
I mean,
Microsoft
voice
Sam.
modulation, dude. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard.
I think it's a pretty long. Like I think the best option for them would be to buy the rights of like an existing one, which is going to be hella expensive for them. So either like, making it themselves is actually not that easy. It's like a lot
It's
of
not,
recording.
but there's a lot of AI that make like voice AI.
Yeah,
And
true. I mean, I'm not an expert on it. So.
for that one word that is gonna like nobody's gonna be angry if it gets butchered, and quite the opposite, people are gonna make a meme out of it.
I mean, you see what they do with the voice thing of Twitch for some streamers, where like if you say certain, if you write down certain combinations of words they
Oh,
make
yeah.
this weird ass noise.
You mean when you get named like Nick Gur or
No, I mean like when like
Ice Wallow.
the message basically that you can send can be read out loud and
Oh, asterisk, asterisk,
yeah.
asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Like imagine a normal as NPC, and like, oh, what is your name? And then you type it. Pee pee poo poo man. I didn't expect that.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, we'll see what they'll do for the next game. And you're finally done reading, so.
Yeah, that's actually one of the longest books in Oblivion.
I don't know.
It has 20 something pages.
Yeah, there's a few other books that have that crazy amount of pages. I don't know from the top of my head which ones.
It
but
took
yeah,
me a solid minute or two to actually read it.
Oh, I feel like it was even more than that, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was actually like 5 minutes. I'm a slow reader. English isn't my native tongue.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Here's also a funny thing about Apple Watch, where you just arrived at. If you if you interact with the tombstone of the mother that you killed, you will actually summon her ghost, and she will attack
As you
you.
can see, we have dealt with the betrayer, Lucian Lachance.
Really?
Yeah.
No longer will you.
It's actually on the tombstone. It says,
It seems like
"May she
Lachance will
forever
revenge against
haunt
the
the
Dark
person
Brotherhood
killing
for
her,"
some
or something
reason,
like that.
and use you to do
It's
his dirty
cute.
work.
But does that mean that I didn't
But
kill
now
all
we
the
can begin
Draconis
anew.
family?
Oh no, you killed all of
I
them.
bestow
It's just
upon
like
you the
friends,
title
probably the
of
family.
speaker.
Friends
You
of the
will
family.
take
Oh,
Lucian Lachance's place on the
But
Black
yeah,
Hand.
here the big reveal:
Welcome.
Lucian Lachance has been murdered.
As you know,
and they
Black
liked
Hand is
killing
now
him.
instated as
Those
Aww.
pieces of shit.
Lachance ordered you to kill us all.
Lucian Lachance is
Many
bae.
5, including you.
I hate
Now all
that
remain.
Elder Scrolls
Even
games do this.
worse, you killed the listener.
Like at the
The
end
Black
of
Hand without a listener is
whatever
like
guild you're
no
playing, be it
fun.
Fighters Guild,
Even
the
the listener's
Companions,
successor
Mages
is
Guild,
dead.
the College of Winterhold, Thieves
So,
Guild,
we have
or
no
the
choice
Dark
but to
Brotherhood.
invoke an ancient
Near the
ritual.
end,
We
the
must
guild is
wake the
fucking
Night Mother
dead.
from her slumber
Like,
and seek her
Well,
guidance.
90% of all the
Between the hours of
members
midnight and
die.
3 a.m.
Yeah, you just leave
Ask
death
me
in your
about
wake.
the Night Mother.
Yeah.
I will say
We
that
will away
that
to
is
Our
more of an
Lady's
issue in
home.
Skyrim than it is in
Only
Oblivion.
then will the ritual
Like in Oblivion,
begin.
definitely people die left and right, but Skyrim takes the cake.
This is
Where
no
let's see, okay, so the companions technically only two people die. The Mages Guild,
People die.
3 people die. In the
Wait, does Ancano count?
Yeah, no, that's why I was counting Ancano. He technically is part of the Mages Guild.
But he's an elven piece of shit. I mean, like, yeah. you
Hey,
can
no
count him.
racism here. I usually play high elves.
Yeah, I do.
But like, alright, and then the Dark Brotherhood, that's basically almost all of them except 3 or 2.
Nazim and
Nazim and Mabet.
yeah, Nazim, Mabet,
And you can choose to let Cicero live. Nice crotch.
Yeah, and Cicero. Yeah, and Cicero. Yeah, you're
Well,
right.
you
So
can choose.
three-
You can choose to let Cicero live. You can
I
technically
mean,
die.
Greetings.
who the fuck kills Cicero?
Apparently, there's a very nice division in like fans of the series where some people love Cicero and other people completely despise him.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Somebody doesn't like Cicero?
yeah. They don't like the crazy laughing and everything. They
Oh
don't
my
like
God.
crazy.
What is wrong with you people? He's the only NPC that does dances.
That's true.
He dances on corpses. It's-
Oh, and he's the happiest person to see you. Like he
fellow
likes
speaker.
seeing you the most.
Welcome to the Black Hand.
yeah, he's on.
Nice to
Like
see you're
he's
in
the
one
only one
piece.
who fucking respects you in
You
Skyrim.
should take
Oh,
some
yeah.
time to admire his corpse.
Like
It
you
really
saved
is a
the
thing of
fucking
beauty.
world from a giant ass
The
dragon.
slashes are almost
Well, he's
It-
like, you are the listener. You are the
You
listener.
are the listener. Yeah.
Ah, he's great.
Oh, listener. Like you come to a random guard and he's just trash talking you.
All right. Here a little thing about what you're doing. You're dropping the mother's
Hello.
head in order to get a
Yeah.
reaction, right?
May you
And like,
always
Yeah.
our trouble.
you could have gotten a reaction out of it, but the problem is you need to have the mother's head out and then talk to them, but you never do. It's so such a shame.
Yeah, I just
You even
I
you
don't
even put it in the
remember.
face of the right guy.
I was like, is this your mother? Is this your mother? Is this your mom?
Yeah, no, like, let's see. I think there's a few. No, there's only a handful of moments where dropping something has an influence, but this one was the big one. Yeah.
What would actually happen?
What he
Does it,
actually
like-
does is like he becomes like, wait, what's that? No, it can't be. No, and he just becomes confused basically. It doesn't actually
Oh.
attack you or anything.
He doesn't attack me. okay.
No, that would be too easy. It's still nice.
But the thing I actually like, imagine if, like 20 years in the future, all the Elder Scrolls game get remade in VR, and
God.
you actually go there and you have the mother's head in your hand, and you chuck it at Matthew.
Yeah, it does damage.
like yeah, this is your mom. I'm gonna bash this bash this head into the ground with a
Yeah.
fucking mace, and you're gonna watch.
Destroy the head.
Yeah.
God.
Dearest, the Night Mother must be awakened.
I really
Really,
wish
when you
they're
said
gonna do
like
some-
when you
yeah?
said like a remake of the Elder Scrolls games on VR, I just like I dread the day that they make a remake of Arena
The Night Mother
in VR.
awaits.
Do you know how much walking distance that game has? You-
It's, isn't Daggerfall bigger?
No, I don't think. Arena is literally the entirety of Tamriel, though.
Behold the Night
Yeah, I know, but
yeah,
like
like
in-game
that.
scale, I think Daggerfall is the biggest game of all time.
You sure?
Besides Minecraft.
Really?
For this stone
I'm
Yeah.
not sure about that.
masks the
But-
Yeah, let me
entrance
check.
into the Dark
I'm
Brotherhood's most
I actually
revered
watched some video about this.
In a moment, you will be-
Daggerfall map size.
I will
Alright,
recite
meanwhile, I'll talk about what I'm doing in, in Skyrim. If you were paying attention, I nearly died to the Forsworn in this mine because I don't have the right gear whatsoever. But I've been using tricks to fight them. Now I'm mining. We can talk about those tricks a bit later. But basically, they take advantage of enemy AI not always doing the right thing, and like stagger. And one of the few funny things is that if you, I'm not sure if it's a feature or if it's a bug, but you know it's Bethesda, so it could be either. Where if you do a power attack, which causes them to stagger, and then follow them up with 2 quick attacks, the quick attacks become even quicker for some reason. So, you know, use that.
Okay, so I have it right here.
Yes.
We all know that the Elder Scrolls games are not exact representations of the lore.
Yes.
For example, in Skyrim, the actual province of Skyrim wouldn't take you 1 hour to walk across.
I mean, like I did calculate it on my own, but like let's talk about that later.
Yeah, like it's scaled down. The video games are scaled down. So a town is supposed to have 50,000 people.
Well, maybe not that many, but a lot of people, way more people. Yeah.
Like at least Solitude. Like Solitude should
Oh,
have
yeah.
like 40,000 people.
Well,
It
you
has
can
like
you got to
100.
keep in mind the you know, back in those days we had less people. Remember?
Yeah, absolutely, but their capitals were still huge.
Yeah, true. I don't know. Also, you are having the big reveal in Oblivion.
Yeah, and so the games are scaled down.
Yeah.
Apparently, this was not the case in the Elder Scrolls Daggerfall.
Ah, okay. Where they tried to make everything life size.
Yes. Safe to say, the Daggerfall map is the size of fucking Great Britain.
Oh, lovely. And that game is also the game where you actually have a time limit. So.
Yeah, the size is 161,600 square kilometers.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. it would take you 70 hours to walk across from corner to corner.
Holy shit.
70 hours just to walk across the game.
I'm not sure if it's not even possible.
The game world featured 15,000 towns, cities, villages, and dungeon.
And where have they gone now? Why can't we have more games like that?
Elder Scrolls Oblivion is 0.01% the size of Daggerfall.
Yeah, that's saying something, considering that Cyril is supposed to be way bigger.
Yeah.
And actually, like, Oblivion, I think, like, is better in that aspect than Skyrim, because, like, in Skyrim, it doesn't matter where you are, you can always see one or two landmarks that you can see everywhere. In Oblivion, you can actually get lost. Like, there's moments where if you look around on your compass, you can't see anything. Like,
That's because Oblivion. Yeah, that's because Oblivion is twice the size of Skyrim.
Yeah.
The
I like
explorable part in Morrowind, which is the central island of Vardenfell, is around 24 square kilometers. In Oblivion is 60 square kilometers, and Skyrim is 37 square kilometers.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is
just-
not that much when you think about it. Like 37 square kilometers.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
That's like
That's that's a field.
oh yeah. I mean, it's a big field, but yeah, it's a field.
Yeah. Like that's when you if you're from Europe and venture out of your town, that's take a few fields together and that's the size of Skyrim.
You could basically you could just if you drive your car, it's like less than an hour.
Yeah. That's weird
Yeah.
when you think about it.
Alright. Hey, perfect time to talk about the Night Mother, because she's right on screen.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she is. So the Night Mother, yeah, we talked about her before when we mentioned the core structure of the Dark Brotherhood. Night Mother is the leading figure
Of the Dark Brotherhood, yes.
of the Dark Brotherhood. She is the unholy matron. In games, you mostly encounter her as either a dried up corpse in
Like,
Skyrim.
Yeah, like a
Like
here
a
you
mummy.
see the skeleton.
And in Oblivion she is not really present. Like she is way more in your face in Skyrim.
Yeah.
In Oblivion she doesn't she's not featured until the very end, where you speak to her ghost, you visit her grave,
Yeah.
where you just see a skeleton and some baby skeletons underneath it. And then you talk to you can talk to the statue of the lucky old lady, which is a statue built on top of the crypt of the Night Mother. The Night Mother's history is very vague, and there are things she says, and there are things some books
Authors,
say.
yeah. And we're gonna.
And Lyriander, you read the books, so you can go on about this one.
Yeah. So okay, there's let's see, there's 3 main authors who have written about the Dark Brotherhood and the Night Mother. That's let's see, Polar and Assi in the brother who wrote the Brothers of Darkness, which actually are you just had in the game as well. Then there's Inir Gorming, who wrote Fire and Darkness, and then finally Enric Milras, who wrote The Sacred Witness. And in The Sacred Witness, these 3 authors actually meet up, and they talk about who the hell is the Night Mother. And so, like, Asi, the first author, thought that the Night Mother was actually several people in history. Like, it wasn't just one person, just several people. They don't know that, of course, what we see right now is a ghost already. They just think it's an actual person, and it's just several people. Gorming, on the other hand, thought it was like the Night Mother isn't an actual person. It's actually Mafala, the Daedric Prince, who is actually the patron of the Morang Tong. But
Which
then,
Moraktong is the other Assassin's Guild
yes,
that works in Tamriel.
yes. Nowadays,
The Dark
mostly
yeah,
in
I mean, like, not other.
Morrowind.
Yeah. The Dark Brotherhood originated as a separate branch from the Moraktong.
Yes.
While Moraktong mainly operates from Morrowind, it's a Dunmer-based Assassin's Guild. And they are actually not illegal like the Dark Brotherhood.
No.
The Dark Brotherhood is like looked down upon, and they are viewed as murderers, while Moraktong are viewed as executioners.
Yes.
I will stay here and attend
So, like,
to
that is
reestablish
also
this
mentioned in
sanctuary.
the books, The Brotherhood of
I will
Darkness
begin
and The Fire and
recruiting new
Darkness.
members.
But it's interesting how
You
in
must
Sacred
fulfill
Witness,
your
what
new
basically happens is
duties.
that
The
Milrus,
statue
the
in
author,
Verville
ends up
serves as a conduit
following
between the
a
Night
Dark
Mother
Brother
and
of the Dark
listener.
Brotherhood. Oh wait, just a second.
Once
Watch
a
this
week,
on my
You
Skyrim
must
thing.
visit the statue. Talk to it.
Off.
You will be
Off with his
presented
head.
with a list of names.
Alright, anyway,
and vocations.
so Milrus
These
follows
are
the Dark
people who
Brother,
are
and he
paid to
actually
the
meets
Night
up
Mother.
with the
They
Night
request
Mother,
a visit from a speaker
and
to arrange
it's kind of
someone's assassination.
funny how she,
All
In
you need
what
to do is
form
visit
does
the
he
statue
meet her?
once a week,
an old lady,
get
an
the
actual
list of
living old
names
lady.
and vocations, and pass it
So
on
he
to
met
me
Night
in
Mother
the
when she
sanctuary.
was still alive?
That is the
Do
implication
this,
here,
and I will
yes.
give you your share
Wait,
of the sanctuary.
But she
Did
should have
Night
been
Mother-
ancient already
There's
by then,
so
so,
much
you know.
work.
Hold on.
Much
Well, like,
work.
did Night Mother actually serve Sifis before she was dead?
We don't know. It's assumed that that it is true, but you don't know. So let me tell you about the encounter. It's like she
Greetings,
actually talks
As the
about
new-
the
the
books that are
statue
written
is
about her, and she's
true
like,
that.
they amuse me,
This is no.
but they're not
Sisyphus
entirely
blessed us
accurate.
with you, dear
And then she
listener.
says
He is
that
our
she
dread
used to be
father,
a
and
member
his
of the
wisdom
Thieves
is
Guild.
terrible fury known
And-
no
That's not a
bounds.
far stretch.
Yeah, she used to be, and then she just got into murdering, and she wants to she wanted to make an extra branch of the Thieves Guild where they just murder people. But that was unacceptable, and so she made her own guild, basically. And then when she's asked about the connection to the Morangtong, she says that, oh no, they are a way older order that's been around for centuries. And then she mentions that the Morangtong was already losing power after the assassination of the Potente. Yes. So basically, what she's implying is that she did not start the Dark Brotherhood until way after the Morangtong was already losing power. But that goes against a different book, which is let's see, what's it called again? All right. The 2920 series, which is like a series of 12 volumes about events that take place in the year 2920 of the first era, and there the Night Mother is also already mentioned. In fact, she's mentioned as a member of the Morangtong.
Wait, so she didn't start the Dark Brotherhood right away, but the general consensus is that the Dark Brotherhood was a branch of the Moraktong.
Yeah, that is also
And- Yeah, so she went from a Thieves Guild member when she just got a taste for blood,
yeah.
and she decided to make her own branch. The Thieves Guild refused, so she went to the Moraktong.
That is no. Like, that is one interpretation. Like, that's the problem with her. She's so vague and mysterious that, like, even when asked directly, she gives a different story each time, I believe. So, like, there's some sources that say that she was first a member of the Morangtong, and then she herself supposedly stated that she was a member of the Thieves Guild, and so, like, you don't really know. Like, we don't really know. That's the thing with these books, and you can't ask in game.
Was she actually a Cyrodiilic? Was she an Imperial, or was she a Danimer because of the Moraktong?
It's a good question. Let's see. I think some of them, like, it's an unknown race. Some people say
Yeah,
she
race
was.
unknown.
Some say she was an Imperial. Some say she was. Let's see. Well, in Daggerfall, she apparently was a Khajiit.
Yeah, I see that now.
Other
But when
times
you
she was-
actually look at the GIF of the picture thingy,
Yeah.
it's a
So, the
normal
Night Mother has
woman.
spoken.
Well, I
I will
mean, the
make
Khajiit
sure
didn't
this
really look
information
like
reaches
they
the
looked very
appropriate
differently
family
in the
members.
past.
Ah, yes. Here are your weekly
That's
earnings.
true.
So it's like
I
it's
will
not
see
very
you next
consistent
week.
on what she was supposed to be. That's why the theory of her being several people actually works out. But who knows? Oh well. Another mystery for. It's almost as bad as the Dark Souls lore, where there's like so many things like you're just guessing.
Yeah, but like
But that's a nice
it's
thing.
better than the Dark Souls lore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Dark Souls lore is amazing, but it's a lot of guessing.
It is an honor
required.
to speak with
Apparently,
the living
in
legend of the Dark Brotherhood.
in Morrowind,
deeds are
the
an
Imperial woman Sevara Magia was identified as the local Night
seems
Mother
Yeah.
of the
already
Dark Brotherhood. Local
So-
Night Mother.
As in, there are apparently
Well,
several.
I'm just
So-
a lowly murderer, but
Maybe she was actually
but
just
I
a
know
listener.
Sithis is our dread father. When
That
we kill,
is a
we send him
possibility.
souls.
Yeah.
But
Is that right?
when you take in fact that throughout the
I heard what they
games,
did to Lucy and
the
LaChance.
Night Mother
Is
is
it true that Arkren feasted
like
on his
it's portrayed
entrails?
differently. The version from one of the authors that
you're
there are
asking
actually
me about the
several
Night
Night
Mother?
Mothers.
Well,
That makes
I mean-
sense.
Yeah, that it seems way
may the
more
Night
likely
Mother always watch over you, great
because
listener.
if you have the Morrowind one, which is just a living woman, and then you have the Cyrodiilic one, which is the skeleton of the baby ghost lady.
The one with the corpses, yeah.
Yeah, the one with the corpse, lucky old lady, which is a skeleton.
Most honorable
And
listener,
then you have
am so
Night Mother
pleased
from
to
Skyrim,
see you.
which
I'm
is a
sorry
dried up corpse
It's just
from that's in a coffin, and she's like looks like a mummy. But if you actually read Cicero's
Journals,
journal, yeah, Cicero is the caretaker
The keeper.
of Night. Yeah, the keeper of Night Mother. He oils her,
Beast.
bathes her.
Yeah, he says it in a very nice voice.
Yeah, I don't actually know how to say how to do the voice. He
Oils
takes
it.
care of the corpse so it doesn't fall apart.
Yeah. It's a
And
very important
he
role.
keeps journals, and in those journals he mentions Baravil, which is the place in Oblivion or in Cyrodiil where the lucky old lady statue is. And it implies basically that the Night Mother is the same one in Skyrim and Oblivion.
Yes. And like they actually do mention in the journals that the statue gets destroyed. Luckily, they have already moved her sarcophagus, which apparently she now has. They've already moved it. So like it's very dramatic read if you actually like look at it. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's nice to see that the story continues. You know, like instead of like having a new thing again. Between like Morrowind and Oblivion, like they change stuff, but like here they continue basically. And where was I going with this? Let me think. All right, like. Wow. Where are you, Tom? Why are you so silent?
Well,
I am reading Cicero's dialogue. I'm
Okay,
trying
there
to
you
see.
go. That's what we're talking about, Cicero. Yeah, like they actually make it's funny because you're now at the arena in Oblivion.
Really?
Yeah, like in they like after you beat the arena questline, you get the annoying fan, and in the Cicero's journal, he actually mentions killing someone in a similar style. Like some people think Cicero is the annoying fan, but that's not correct. What happens is that in the game Oblivion, there's the annoying fan who will follow you around, and well, obviously he's a big fan, so he just keeps boasting about everything you do. But you could, a lot of people, what they do is they take him out into the woods or something, and they just kill him there. So because that kind of became a joke, what the developers did for Cicero's journal is they basically stated that Cicero acted in a similar manner as an annoying fan, but like followed the Grand Champion and then killed him in the woods. So the other way around.
Cicero killed the Grand Champion.
Yeah. A Grand Champion. Like, oh, sorry, not a Grand Champion. The what's it called? Is it called the Grand Champion of the arena?
Grand Champion of the arena.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he kills a Grand Champion, not the character you
Hero
play.
of Quatch, not Hero of Quatch.
Yeah, Kvatch. Yeah, the Champion of Cyrodiil. He has many names.
I don't think you can kill the Hero of Kvatch after the events of the Shivering Isles.
No, absolutely not. Oh, I love it that they brought him back.
Yeah, don't look at my screen. I am not using console commands. That's
Do you really need the console commands? Also, oh, well, really? You got like 2 Blades of Woe?
No, I gave myself the better leveled version because I hate, and I
The
threw
leveling
the
system.
lower level version on the ground because I hate that the quests give different rewards based on the fucking level you are. That's so unfair and so bad game design.
No.
because
It's
it encourages not doing quests.
yeah, like it encourages basically leveling yourself to a crazy high level and then
Yes,
doing all the quests.
like especially when it comes to quests that are very early in a quest line that give you some crazy powerful stuff, like the Dark Brotherhood. The Dark Brotherhood, from the very beginning, you have the bonus killing bonuses when you kill in style, basically,
Yeah.
and you get very cool stuff, but it's all leveled.
Yeah. Like in general, being a high level will give you better rewards, and like it's actually easier some quests. The only exceptions is basically escort quests, where you have to take care that a NPC doesn't die. There's not a lot of them, but they do exist. And of course, one of the main quest lines is one of them.
It'd be actually that hard to make it in game so that your equipment that you have in inventory scales as you level up.
Oh, like that. It shouldn't be too hard. I think you can make a mod that does something like that. I mean, it's an annoying system definitely, because basically, let's see, in the Bethesda engine, what you would need to do, I think, is every time you level, your equipment gets replaced. So basically, it's considered a separate item, which would mean that they need a shit ton of items.
It would, I mean, it's not that hard. It would just look at your inventory, look for a specific type of ID, see the ID, compare it to your level, see, this is not viable anymore.
Yeah, so but basically that
take
would
this
give
out and put in a different one.
Yeah, that would give too many scripts, and that would clog up the log, and then you would crash, basically. Especially if you have a lot of gear in your inventory, then it would definitely crash. So
Really?
they would need to make a change in their engine, basically, where they could, where items have a lot of variables that they check, sort of. Like if, like think about it like this, like, you know how some games have these set items where if you wear the entire set of something, you can get extra bonuses, and for every piece that you get more bonuses. Well, they would have to instead of having multiple pieces of the equipment, you'd have to change it to having a certain level.
Yeah.
which is
That's
would
actually
work.
that would work because there are some weapons, like especially Daedric artifacts,
Oh god, yeah.
which are not level based.
No.
Yet they are still very powerful.
Well, okay, yeah, like they should be very powerful. But because they are nerfed,
Goldbrand.
because they're not leveled, they are nerfed.
Yeah,
And because of
that's
that, the
true.
actual item is not that great. That is why
And
one of the mods that I have is actually powerful artifacts or something like that, which makes
Yeah,
those
yeah.
artifacts way more viable.
I mean, there are Daedric artifacts that you're just gonna use because they're good,
Yeah,
or at least convenient. Skeleton Key, Azura's Star,
yeah, those are like convenient, but like
Umbra.
Umbra, yeah, in a yeah.
Especially because if you don't finish the quest, Umbra wastes nothing. Weighs nothing.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, that's also a
I
funny
did
gimmick
that.
where like all the quest items in Bethesda games weigh nothing for some reason. I guess they want you to be able to do 20 quests at the same time.
You would be clocked. You would be over encumbered with quest items which you are unable to drop.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because you're unable to drop, that's the annoying part.
Because you wouldn't find it.
No, definitely.
And you are able to drop items in some very you can't go there places.
Yeah. I
Like
don't know.
in Skyrim, you can go to the Ethereum Forge and drop it into the lava.
Yeah. Goodbye, items.
Yeah.
Also, that reminds me, like, as a mod that I have active in Oblivion that you don't. You know how you have, like, a bunch of keys?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a mod, Keychain, which basically puts them all into one item. And then you can click that, and then you can go through the separate keys. Instead of having, like, a huge list of keys. Because in Oblivion, you have a lot of keys. Skyrim as well, but more so in Oblivion. And I remember one time where like I was at the end basically of the game, and I got the I forgot the name, but basically in Skingrad there's like a manor that you can buy, and they have these like these glass showcases, right? I just dropped all the keys and like put them all in that showcase, and let me tell you, it's a lot of keys.
Yeah, I believe you. Like
And it's
the
actually
thing
fun
with-
because some keys actually look different. Like you have a few unique keys.
Yeah, that's true. I really don't understand like why they give you actually the keys. Like who drops them? Like why are there actual items? Why isn't it like, oh, you pick up the key, you now have the ability to open that door.
Yeah, I mean, like it makes sense realistically speaking. Like to open a door, you sometimes need a key.
Yeah,
But the problem is you never drop them.
Yeah, you never like. Why
realistically,
would you?
Yeah, like realistically, you would either leave the key in the door if you only need it one time, or you would drop them somewhere else as you go about your journey. But like because it requires you in game to actually go through your menu and everything, it's too much effort. People don't do it.
Yep.
I mean, realistically, once you like traveling between locations, you would just like drop keys that you no longer need in the dirt, you know. Like you would just like throw it away. I think.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. It's not as bad as in a Skyrim where you have a perk, wax keys, I think it's called, where every time you lockpick something, you automatically get the key.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Which like clutters up your inventory with so many keys.
Oh my god. Yeah, at least in Skyrim you have a separate tab for keys.
Yeah, true. But you can't drop them, so you don't. You can't have the fun moment of like you were showing me before how you can have fun with like a bunch of books and then have an explosive spell in Oblivion.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore with keys. Keys it's even more fun because they are very light, so they fly everywhere.
You can still do it with fruits and vegetables.
True. That's true. Especially with a shit ton of them and I just like drop them all at the same time. The game crashes.
So we again strayed very far
Yeah,
from.
very far. But the Dark Brotherhood questline ended, so we can
Yeah,
now talk
I
about
finished
whatever.
it. It was very, of course, it's a Bethesda game, so the end game of a guild is underwhelming as fuck.
I mean, like here's the thing: the quest lines are very nice, but then after like a guild quest line has ended, there's not a lot you can really do. Like they haven't really found the right formula for should we allow the player to do after they have finished the guild, because realistically you would allow them to make decisions and whatnot, but I don't think that they want you to have that level of control over what a guild does just yet. Like even like in the Fighters Guild at the end, you get the ability to choose what the Fighters Guild focuses on after you become the master. But it's just a verbal choice. Like in reality, you get like maybe a bit more gold or a bit more items, which by the time you finish that quest line, you don't really take a look at anymore. Like, oh, you can go there once a week, but who keeps track of the days?
With finishing the Dark Brotherhood questline, I talked to the last living member, which was the Adriel or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
Asquel or something like that.
Acryl.
She basically gave me 200 gold.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, 200 gold per week. Woo! Top of the guild, people.
Per week. Like, at least at the end of the Skyrim Dark Brotherhood questline, you get, what, 10,000?
Yeah, for killing the Emperor. Yeah.
For killing the fucking Emperor.
But a lot of that money goes away for decorating the new guild hall.
Yeah, that's true.
So it kind of feels a bit underwhelming.
At least at the when you finish the questline in Skyrim, you have the Radiant Murder.
Yeah,
quests.
I am not a fan of Radiant Quest though. It just clutters up your inventory. And it's the same thing over and over again. Like, I think the idea behind it was okay, but the execution, I don't know, it just didn't work, in my opinion.
The problem is that when you finish it, it starts again.
Yeah, same thing. Same exact thing. It's just also like, they go to Radiant locations. Maybe not so much with the, like for the Radiant Murders, they just spawn a new NPC for that. But when you have like, clear out this and this place, it's a place that you've already cleared out or already visited. So it's just magically respawned. It's just like, does nothing I do matter,
That's true.
How many bandits
Especially
have I
when
killed?
like bandit camps or caves are realistic. Like bandits are gonna move in again. Like that's what they do. But fucking dwarven fortresses.
I mean, okay, let's see. The Falmer have a explanation why they respawn. The Dwemer, I mean, you could argue that the things get repaired, but there's no indication that happens. Only the Draugr have an in-game explanation as to why they reset, basically.
Which
Where apparently, even if you kill them, they don't actually die. They actually like they just wake
I
up.
liquefy them with magic?
Yeah, well, that technically would bring an end to them, but they're kind of ignoring that part.
Yeah, resurrect body. Wait, resurrect body again. Now it's a puddle.
Exactly. But like, yeah, the idea behind it is that, like in the book, Among the Draugr, that has a very nice explanation of that, where you actually learn quite a bit about them. And one of the things is that even after you kill them, they just come back alive after a certain amount of time has passed, because that is their servitude.
Yes.
But I think it is implied that if you kill the thing that they're worshipping, like the Dragon Priest, then technically speaking, they should no longer respawn. But apparently they do.
Yeah, the Draugr are a very cool way to go about undead enemies
Yeah.
in your game. Like when compared to just a standard zombie, the Draugr are way more interesting and they have very different lore.
Yeah.
It's not just a necromancer casted a spell on a corpse and now the corpse wants to
Kill you.
kill people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, this is actually
it's-
servitude to the dragon cult.
Yeah,
Though I will say that it's never specifically stated, so I don't know if this is true, but it seems to be implied that the Nordic tombs were all closed off for a very long time, and then by the time of Skyrim, some of them have been unearthed, but others suddenly get more active due to Alduin being back.
that's what they say. Like in Skyrim, they say that the Draugrs are waking up again because Alduin came back.
I'm not sure if that actually is stated specifically, but yeah.
They're saying that like, when you go to the Bleak Falls Barrow,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
they
no,
go.
maybe.
They say like that when they were kids they used to fear that place
Mhm.
and stuff like that, and now that strange noises are coming from inside us and stuff
Okay.
like
Yeah, no, then they do say it, yeah. It's kind of interesting to see like that.
I recall somebody was asking like, oh, this is so lazy game design, why aren't there any Khajiit or Argonian Draugrs?
Oh, yeah, right.
Well,
Do you not know what a Draugr is?
I was like, dude, Draugrs are literally Nords.
Or
Like,
well, technically
only Nords.
Admora, if you want to be
Yeah,
realistic.
technically Admorans, which weren't Admorans fucking 3 meters tall?
Not 3 meters. They were, I think, 2 meters, which is already big in that world.
I know that they were that they are said to be towering over any man or mare.
So he approached us
Let me check.
with an accord.
Uh,
As you've seen, that agreement is
Basically, Tsun. Tsun is an Admoran.
yes,
In
he's like
Skyrim.
he's really tall, but that's not 3 meters.
Yeah, that's not 3 meters. Yeah, right.
But
That's
yeah,
like
they are
2 meters
significantly
20.
taller than the standard humans.
Admorans are supposed to be genetically very similar to giants.
for quite some time without
Could be.
incident.
Let's see.
They say that giants and Admorans are like kin.
It would seem that he is not.
Could
That's
be.
why giants in Skyrim are still tribalistic.
We will continue to
Mm, mm.
monitor the situation, but I assure you, we will make no further attempts to mislead.
Which doesn't explain why they worship what's his name? Trinamak, and now
Okay, is that specifically next to you? Okay, yeah, I can't
No, I
find
can't.
it right now, but maybe we can talk about it next time.
This time, you'll
Yeah.
gain the rank of evoker.
Yeah.
Your new rank.
So let's see.
Take this amulet.
but
Safe.
yeah, so no Draugrs are not Argonians or Khajiit,
No,
but
they could be other
uh,
human races though.
Stands on
they
In a bit, I'm actually gonna encounter the Red Eagle, which is a ancient forsworn, which technically means that it is a Breton.
alien ruin sites on the east
So it
side
could
of
be.
the mountain.
Like, technically-
Richman, Richman is
The Draugr are mainly just they get developed because they are preserved in a certain way, and that is an
Yep.
ancient Nordic ritual. I mean, it definitely wouldn't be Dunmar, because Dunmar burned their dead.
Have distracted him
It was
lately.
all
that's
ashes.
true. That's why you have the Ashen.
Yeah.
Speak with Erlab.
Um,
Erlab should be
let's
And
see.
the the Dunmer burn their dead, the Bosmer eat their dead. So
I think the Argonians, they might return their dead to the Hist. Not sure about that. And
some
then
fertilizer stuff.
Yeah, Khajiit, who knows?
Khajiit, yeah. They turn them into moon sugar.
I mean, don't think so, but
It wouldn't be that much of a stretch to be.
With the implication being that they have so much moon sugar in their lives that their body just becomes moon sugar.
Yeah,
I mean, they use it for spicing in their food.
that's
Which,
true.
on
It's
it,
just
on its own, it's
after
just
death, the
sweet.
Khajiit body crystallizes from inside.
Yeah. So about moon sugar, like on its own, it's just a very sweet powder, apparently. But if you process it, you get skooma, which is addictive and actually bad for you. But the funny thing is, right? Khajiit, they're like cats in a real world cat, but real world cats can't taste sweet stuff. They don't have the receptor for it, like biologically speaking. So it's funny as hell that that the Khajiit apparently can.
The Khajiit, like, they also, Khajiit have a very funny thing when it comes to how they are brought up on the world.
Mm.
They
Oh, they inherited
have
from their
different
mother,
forms.
right? What?
They have different forms based
Oh, right,
on the
yeah, that's
star
true.
sign. They are
Oh, yeah. No, not
they
the star sign. Well, the Khajiit have it from the moon.
the moons. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, the moons. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The
It was,
Argonians have it for the star
Argonians
signs.
have signs, and Khajiit have moons.
Yes.
And there's a huge number of
Different Khajiit.
of different Khajiit.
And you
Yeah,
get to see them in Elder Scrolls Online.
yeah.
And
For
people want. I think most people will want to see more these forms in the actual Elder Scrolls games, because some people
Yeah,
have a difficulty
absolutely.
seeing
Especially
online.
when it comes to the Omes, the cat girl ones, the
Cat girl
Necopara.
ones. It's one way to describe them, yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, because Khajiit range from the Alfiq, which look like normal house cats.
Yeah, they're intelligent, but they look like house
Yeah, they're
cats.
very intelligent and they are gifted wizards. They are gifted spellcasters.
Yes. And then like you have the Kathai, which is like the standard.
Yeah, Kafai is just like
The Khajiit, how we know them. Let's see.
not
No,
entirely.
not entirely. They have different. Their legs are still more cat-like. The Kathai Wrath, I think, are the. Let's see.
The Raf, the
Are more agile. Okay, and they have. They're right. They possess phallic barbs. I love how that's a genuine fact of the game.
Yeah, especially because Queen Baranzaya.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which was it's actually a quest in Daggerfall. Yeah, in Daggerfall or Redguard. I don't remember. But the book that describes that encounter, like actual Baranzaya wants you to find, to find the last copy that describes it like that, and wants only the censored version to be published. It's funny. Let's see.
Then there's the Dagi,
Dagi, yes. Less
which
common.
yeah, they're less common. They're smaller, and you can think of them as like ninja versions of.
They have more Lynx-like features.
Yeah, which I think they are the Skyrim kind.
Yeah,
Because
I don't know. They're not that short.
The kind in Oblivion, the Khajiits are based upon lions. And in Skyrim, they all look lynx-like.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm more interested in the one after that, the Omes.
Yeah, the Omes, which are the cat girls.
Yeah, sort of. Where like that actually explains why the Night Mother in Daggerfall looks more human than anything else. It's because it's a Khajiit Omes, which are very human-like, except they have, let's see,
ears.
Yeah, they have a few feline. Oh, no, they have tattoos and paint that makes them feline. But they have a tail
give
as
themselves these paints to appear more feline because people mistake them for humans.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So the Omes do not have a tail. That's why
But
they
the
look too human.
Omesrah do.
The Omes Rat have they
Yeah.
have a tail.
And they also have like some patches of fur over their bodies, like
Yeah.
on chest or on the legs or something.
Yeah. So yeah, almost. I think the Omes Rat are like the cat girls, as you put it.
Yeah, but the fur patches on the legs and arms are not really.
Well, it depends on which which source you're using. But yeah.
I mean,
Then we have the Pamar, which are giant bipedal.
yeah.
Like they walk 2 legs and they're like very big.
You can think of them as
Tigers.
they're tiger based, and you can think of them as the warrior type,
Yeah.
like big, strong.
It's funny
angry.
in Elder Scrolls Online, they have the races separated into 3 alliances, and each alliance has like a mage caster, a mage user, a spellcaster. That's the way to phrase it. A warrior and a thief, like slash rogue, and the Khajiit are considered the warriors of the Altmeri Dominion. Which is funny because in every other game they're considered more thieves than anything else. But like the Pamar in that case are more physically capable. And you could argue that even in the other games they are actually quite physically capable. I mean they have their martial arts, and that sort of thing. So
Then we have the Seche,
Senche.
which is this one is very strange. You can think of them as the house cats, but car-sized.
Yeah, no, so it's just like a big cats as we call them
Yeah,
here.
but like they're big. They're used as steeds.
Yeah, you can
in
ride
battle.
them.
Which bears the question, like, imagine you're a Khajiit family, you're both like normal
Oh, right.
looking ones, like you are a Pamar and your wife is a Kafai, and you have a son and the son comes out like a doggy,
Yeah.
and then you have a daughter and the daughter is a fucking horse.
Yeah, like yeah.
Like,
yeah.
are they treated as equal, or are they treated as
I think they are.
stock?
Okay, gotta stop you for a sec there, because like now I'm doing something interesting in Skyrim. Like, okay, this guy I'm talking to right now, he is talking about Lograf the Bent, and it's funny because if in the quest House of Horrors from Molag Bal, you find Lograf the Willful, and it is heavily implied that these two are the same character. And it's fun. It's fun to when you encounter like different NPCs that talk about each other, even if they're not related by quest. Anyway. Another nice one I have for that is the bandit Asa, who you encounter in Frostmere Crypt, which is where you encounter the Pale Lady. You remember?
Yeah.
Okay, so in her, if you look through her logs, apparently, right, she is originally like she was in Sidna Mine, and after she escaped, she went to the White Hand River Bandits, which is the bandits right next to Whiterun. Yeah, and after she and her Khajiit friend got kicked out, they joined the Frostmere Crypt Bandits. So it's like a chain of events, and like after that, she says she's going to join a new band of bandits. And hold on. She's gonna join new bandits, and you can technically there's no like in-game events that indicate that, but the let's see, what is that place called? White Watch, I think. Like in near Windhelm, near Darkwater Crossing. Map, please. Also, your the Oblivion footage has ended, as you can see.
Yeah.
Not that one.
I'm still reading the Khajiits.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot of lore concerning the phallic barbs.
Yeah. It's funny as hell. All right.
And we haven't even touched the main
The main. The main. Oh yeah. The main.
money.
What? The main.
The main. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So like, there's like Mistwatch. Like that bandit leader says that she'll be recruiting new bandits. So you could think, oh, Asa's going to join them, but there's no indication that ever happens. Anyway, back to the Khajiit. Yes. You still have the Suthai, which yeah. Let's see.
They're just a different kind.
Yeah.
To be honest, there's not much to them.
Yeah, the Suthai Wrath, they are more impressive because the Suthai Wrath are the Khajiit that you play in Morrowind.
Yeah, they if you played Skyrim, you remember that the Khajiits have normal legs. They have normal human legs.
Yes. Not so much
But
in Morrowind.
Yeah, in Morrowind they have the bent knees.
Yes.
They have the animalistic xenomorph looking as grasshopper shit.
Almost, yeah. Which is why in Morrowind, as a Khajiit, you cannot use any kind of footwear.
Yep.
And there's, I think, also a very strong limitation on the kinds of helmets that you can wear.
Oh, really?
I don't remember. It's like I haven't played Morrowind all that much, but I think there was something like that. But yeah, that's like I think that is more a thing of like, oh, we kind of changed the way we wanted to represent Khajiit. So how do we explain it? And then voila.
Absolutely. Like the thing is that they're just changing across the different games
yeah.
how Khajiit looks, and how are we gonna explain that? Different types of Khajiit. How about that?
Yeah, but I think it works out. It works out.
Yeah, because then you have the Tojai, which are literally ninjas.
Well, I mean, there's not a lot. Yeah, they are. Let's see. They have more cat-like legs, but not as bent as the Suthai.
Yeah, they're not that bad. They still have they have normal knees now, but the actual foot
it's still very cat-like.
It's not that long as like it's better.
Yeah,
But they have very feminine they have very feline
traits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feet.
Like feline limbs. Limbs.
And then finally we have the main. Which...
Yeah, that's a bit of a topic. Like main is basically the leader of the Khajiit. You can think of it as the High King.
Yeah. Except
and only one main exists at a time.
Yes. And because like they rarely get born. Like they only are born when both the moons are aligned, also known as the dark moon or the eclipse, which is not a common occurrence. And it's funny how like in the past they would like Khajiit would shave off part of their manes as respect to the main.
Yeah, and the main would actually like
add the locks of hair to his own mane.
Yeah. So
to the point where he would carry around so many like locks that he got out of like respect from his servants that he would be unable to move.
Yeah.
That's why he had to be carried around. He
looks like a giant furball.
Yeah, exactly. But because the population grew, this became impractical, and then Khajiit still removed their manes in respect, but the main just has one headdress of like a few members, basically.
But they are still the main. It's supposed to be the leader of the Khajiit, and it's not a title. It's literally a race.
Yeah, it's like a subspecies, basically.
Yeah, it's like a subspecies. You are literally born as the perfect specimen.
Yeah, and the leader of your entire species.
And the leader, yeah. And in Elder Scrolls, it's not really like portrayed, but um, the majority of the portrayals before Elder Scrolls Online, the main is described as like a huge lion, like the head, especially like like from the name mane.
Yeah, that makes you think about the mane of a lion. So,
Yeah,
but in Elder Scrolls Online, you encounter one that looks like an average Khajiit.
He-
Really?
yeah, he looks like a mountain lion.
Yeah, just plain old.
Plain on mountain lion. Where is the giant mane?
Yeah. Well,
This
he has
is
a few. He has a few
disappointing.
braids on his helmet, but still,
Yeah,
not enough.
yeah. We need the extreme stuff.
All right. So we're nearing the end of our stream because technically we already passed the 1.5 hour mark.
Yeah.
But let's finish to the end of my footage of Skyrim. Because in a bit I'm gonna get this is the end of the Dawnbreaker quest line, Meridia's quest line.
You started the Merida quest?
Yeah, casually.
Casual. Yeah, as you do. It's not like you have a choice in that matter.
No, true.
Another hand touches the beacon.
Yeah, exactly. So, little known fact: you see this corpse that I was playing around with. Like, there's several corpses around here, but
Yep.
originally that was going to be a very specific corpse. It's going to be the corpse of. Let me check if I got the name right. Harabane, I think it's called Harabane. Let's see. Yeah, Harabane Soren Shield, which is an unused NPC. But he has two items, the Harabane's Fortress and Harabane's Courage, which are his shield and sword. And he was supposed to end up in this crypt as one of the corpses. But they eventually removed him, and there's no further mention of him anywhere. But it's just like, it would have been nice to have like a random corpse with a name. And like everyone like, oh, what's the meaning of this?
Actually, in this quest line, the final boss, the necromancer, whose name is what's his name?
Good question. It's said so loud by her, but I forgot already.
Yeah.
Meridian.
What's the name of the guy?
Let me see how fast I can find it. Break of Dawn.
Ooh.
Malkoran. There we go. Malkoran.
How?
Malkoran.
Malkoran. Okay. He is one of the coolest boss fights in the in Skyrim, because he has forms. He has stages.
Yeah, like if you
He's-
kill, you kill him as a necromancer actually, and then he turns into a shaded dragon priest basically.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
cool.
He basically like the model is a dragon priest, but the story thing is that he basically corrupted the Meridia's light.
Yeah,
And he goes back to the living as a shade,
Yes.
and it's so fucking cool that I think this is the only boss that has stages.
Let's see. Yeah, like I think so.
Yeah.
Like there's
If you-
enemies that you face a second time, but they don't really change anything. Like
Yeah.
Alduin,
If you
you
don't
face
count
twice.
dragons that you shoot them and they then land.
Yeah, no, that doesn't really count. So yeah, no, he is actually the only thing somewhat close to a Dark Souls boss almost.
Yeah. But it's a Skyrim, so you can.
Yeah. If they
sneak-
had leveled him a bit better, then he would actually be one of the best bosses in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Because I mean he's a necromancer, which can be quite powerful. But I don't know. Like he often has a staff of Ice Storm, which will really fuck you up.
Storm is broken.
Yeah, no, because it goes through walls. That makes it broken.
Yeah.
And it's like a big
And
area.
not even that, like when it travels, it goes bigger. And for you, when an NPC caster casts it on you, it's hard to dodge when it's in a dungeon.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And when you're playing on higher difficulties,
you're dead.
yeah,
Because it also slows you.
Yeah, because one cast and you're dead, insta.
Yeah, if you don't have any preparation for it, absolutely. But even if you have like a high health and whatnot, it still will fuck you up if you don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah. And the thing, it goes through. It doesn't stop. So
No.
even if you use a barrier spell or
Yeah.
seal, what
Ward.
are they called in English?
Yeah, wards.
Wards.
It still
yeah. Even if you use a ward, it doesn't absorb it. Like
Yeah.
it still goes.
Yeah, because like it hits the ground and the ground still gives you damage.
Yeah.
But the worst part is that it doesn't stop at a single spell. No, they keep spamming them. So yeah, no, like the only way to deal with them is either be far enough away from them that you can basically dodge the spell, because it is like a slow traveling thing.
And it doesn't travel forever. It dissipates after around 20 meters.
Yeah, and just like use ranged combat. I think like the best way to deal with them is actually using lightning spells, because that drains their magicka as well. But
Yeah, absolutely. Like the thing in, I don't know if this is a thing in Oblivion. In Skyrim, it's a common known fact that there are 3 types of damaging spells. There is fire, which does more damage to things that are already on fire.
No. It does less damage to things that are on fire. In fact, flame atronachs are immune to fire. It's more effective against things that have like fur or like that are used to the cold. Like trolls are very bad with.
Yeah, trolls are susceptible to fire, but
yes, and they have constant healing, which gets countered by the fact that burning damage lasts over a longer time than the other ones.
Flames is a novice level destruction spell that deals fire damage and sets targets on fire, dealing 30% of the immediate spell damage and scaling down quadratically over. Whoa, fucking hell.
And then you have the frost spells.
Yeah.
Frost spells.
This is a gout of fire that does 8 points per second. Targets on fire take extra damage.
Yeah, oh yeah, you like that. Yeah, you meant it like that. Yeah, no, that's true. Targets that are already on fire will take more damage from fire. Yeah, that's true. Like that.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like the Etronach.
No, Etronach. I mean like the damaging spells types.
Yeah, no, true. Yeah,
it does more damage
right.
the more you use it. Frost does damage to health and stamina,
yes.
And shock does damage to health and magicka.
Yeah. Do you want to know something fun about that?
Mm-hmm.
Because of how the game engine works, dragons actually use stamina and magicka as well. In fact, they use magicka to use their shouts, and they use stamina to fly. Whenever they land, it's because they ran out of stamina. And you can take advantage of that. If you use a bow with damage magicka and damage stamina, they will not be able to use their fire, they will not be able to fly, and you can make them land without dragon rent. And that is a proven thing that I have done several times. In fact, the one I use most is just using sparks continuously on them and just stand on a spot that they can't hit me with melee. They can't hit me. Like you see them do the animation for like fire breath, but then they get interrupted because they don't have any magicka to use that shot. It's like you handicap a dragon. And like I'm not sure if it's intentional or not, but like just the idea of like using frostbite and sparks on a dragon, and it just becomes unable to attack you other than bite you. It's just so funny to me. Of course, like at higher levels, it becomes very difficult to maintain because their pool of magicka and stamina is way too high. But still, it's one of those fun features. All right, I think that's a nice way to end our stream because we're already over time.
Yeah.
Well, it was a fun stream, right?
We didn't steer off the course at all. We
It's a little bit, but yeah.
We absolutely weren't supposed to talk about the Dark Brotherhood, its origin, Morakdong, Shadow Scales, Sifis,
Well, we
the
did
Night Mother,
mention all of those a bit.
Shadowmere.
Oh, Shadowmere, yeah. Well, maybe next time.
Yeah, next time.
I hope you enjoyed watching our stream, everyone.
Or listening to the podcast.
Yes, thank you for listening to the podcast, because no one was watching during the entire stream, so it is more of a podcast where you listen.
We had
afterwards.
one guy. We had one guy.
I think that's you.
No, that's like the number was 2.
Oh wait, technically my computer is also looking at it.
Okay, so
So yeah, no. Unfortunately, no viewers. So this really is a podcast.
yes.
So yeah.
Thanks for the listening.
Thanks for
and
listening. We will see you next week. And we'll see. We'll hopefully have some more interesting topics to talk about.
Yeah. Next week's topics is probably gonna be necromancy.
Ah yes, where you're gonna do the mages
Yeah.
questline.
In Oblivion, I'm gonna finish Mage's questline, which features the infamous necromancer
Yes. Manamarco,
Manamarco,
the
who,
king of words.
if you've ever played Elder Scrolls Online, he is the bad guy.
He is one of the main bad guys. Yes, and
Yes.
here you bring an end to his regime.
Yeah.
He has a
what are
lot of lore in
Yeah.
the games, and we'll discuss that.
Yeah. So thank you for tuning in, and see you next time.
Bye bye.